plan to scatter iron powder in the Pacific to combat climate change. Scientists have proposed a controversial solution to combat climate change, spreading iron powder over a vast area of the Pacific Ocean. The technique, known as Ocean Iron Fertilization, OIF, aims to stimulate the growth of a small marine plant called phytoplankton, which absorbs carbon dioxide, CO2, and traps it in the water. According to computer models, by dispersing 2 million tons of iron powder into the ocean annually, humanity could potentially remove nearly 50 billion tons of CO2 by 2100. Researchers plan to distribute iron over a 9,842 square kilometer area in the northeastern Pacific Ocean by 2026, according to Mail. A group of scientists from the nonprofit Exploring Ocean Iron Solutions, ExOIS, is exploring the possibility of dispersing iron sulfate in nutrient-poor areas, including the northeastern Pacific Ocean, stretching from the coastal regions of North and South America to the coasts of East Asia and extending to the Arctic. By distributing iron in these areas, scientists hope to promote the growth of phytoplankton, which could trap CO2 from the atmosphere for years to come. This process is crucial for removing CO2 from the environment and could help mitigate climate change by reducing the amount of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere. Approximately 40 billion tons of CO2 are released into the atmosphere each year, with the oceans absorbing about 30% of that. The research team hopes that by distributing iron sulfate in the ocean, they can help limit global warming. However, critics warn that adding iron could deplete nutrients for marine life, potentially disrupting parts of the ocean's food web. Despite these concerns, the plan is progressing, with the aim to launch in 2 years. Currently, scientists are working on transforming iron into powder that can dissolve easily in water and be dispersed in the target areas. Once dissolved, the iron acts as a stimulant for phytoplankton growth, sometimes within days. The increased nutrients boost the photosynthesis ability of these tiny plants by 30 times. When the phytoplankton die, the CO2 they absorbed sinks to the ocean floor, preventing it from being released back into the atmosphere. Dozens of experiments were conducted in the 1990s and 2000s, including a successful trial in the northeastern Pacific in 2006 that led to a significant phytoplankton bloom. However, some scientists have expressed concerns that OIF might negatively impact certain parts of the ecosystem. According to deep-sea expert Lisa Levin, there is a risk that iron fertilization could trigger unforeseen consequences. Some fear that OIF could create dead zones, where algal blooms consume all the oxygen in the water, killing off other marine life. Before the research team can proceed with their plan, they need to raise $160 million in funding for the program. So far, they have secured $2 million from the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. They will also need to obtain permits from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to carry out the trials, following an international ban imposed in 2013 prohibiting OIF for commercial purposes.